historical photos which show that. So these are huge sand dunes, and behind the sand dunes were lakes and rainforest, basically. And during the 50s and 60s, the sand miners came through, taking out not sand, but rutile, zircon, and ilmenite. They were minerals that were used for all sorts of things.
Black sand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the black sand. Yeah. And in the process, they destroyed the dunes. They knew nothing about revegetation. And what happened after the sand mining, and Feb's got another one of the other areas. So the whole of the coast was sand mined right from the Sunshine Coast right through to Newcastle. A huge industry and a huge amount of destruction. Some areas were left, and we have pockets of that. So behind the headland, you can see there, then the sand miners planted in rows, and they planted all the wrong things. Well, not all. They got a couple. Nearly all. So, and one of the worst things they planted was a bush called Bitu bush, which was introduced from South Africa. And we do have some photos of it. It's supposed to be on the other side. It's supposed to be ground cover was in Africa, comes here, and it just absolutely takes over. It's monoculture. Huge problem. Very few. Some birds liked it, most didn't. And so then Kate's going to just tell you very quickly how she got involved and how Fingal Head Coastcare started.
I didn't know what this plant was. Finally, somebody could tell me. And I thought, oh, well, somebody should do something about that. And I thought for a while, and then I'm thinking, nobody else is stepping up here. I think it's me. So we started pulling Bitu out by hand, which you can do. But this area, that's behind the headland, we were using a tractor with a heavy-duty slasher. The area was that. But then we were able to plant land. And we were growing trees, firstly in my backyard, and then at the nursery. So then it just sort of goes on, and we do more and more plantings and finally get to a forest, which is like you might see now behind the headland.
So we have 35 hectares. What you walked in today, you walked in through from the road in through Aboriginal land. So we work on Crown land, which is managed by the Tweed Shire Council. And we work on the headland managed by the Tweed Byron Local Aboriginal Land Council. So there's a coastal protection zone right behind the dunes that's the Crown land. Behind that is all Aboriginal land. So it's freehold Aboriginal land owned by the Tweed Byron Local Aboriginal Land Council. The walkway that you walk through is a public access walkway. But what you actually, if you've been walking through here, in the 1950s, you would have walked right through the middle of that lake. So that lake was completely just filled in during the sand mining. Here you can see it a little bit, it's swampy, and sometimes when we get a lot of rain, it gets quite wet. So you came through there. And then you've walked in through all this area here, which was bare. And we've been working in all that area. So what you walked through from the turn off from the Fingal Road not quite Fingal Road, close to the beach, right down to here, looked like this. It looked like this 10 years ago. So it has been now re-established woodlands, coastal woodlands.